Wow, major news unfolding in the home builder sector of the housing market as the confidence that the builders across America are putting out, essentially, they're not confident at all. The confidence amongst these builders is falling off a cliff. And at the same time, we have cancellations. These purchases that were under contract canceled at the second highest April rate on record. And we're going to take a look at what's going on with the builder confidence, as well as what the data is saying as far as when you should buy a home here in Utah and when you can get the best deal in 2025 or whenever you're ready or however long you want to wait. So I'm going to be dissecting the data for everybody, long-term holdouts, short-term planners, and everybody in between. So buckle in because this is going to be full of information and data you can't find anywhere else. Smash that like button, smash that subscribe button because nobody has your back like Thinko the Realtor, and my contact information is down below when you're ready, when you need a realtor. Active listings, we see this continuing to rise. Now, I want to first go to the builder confidence. Right here, we see that builder confidence in the US housing market fell sharply in May, marking its lowest level since November of 2023. And if we take a look down here, if I remove myself, it also dropped to 34, mirroring the November 2023 reading and slightly above December of 2022. Now, this is where we've seen price drops fall in that second half of 2022, upwards of 15% in the Utah housing market. And all of that as we have cancellations being canceled at the second highest April on record. Now, I think that their data goes to 2013, but you're just seeing that everything that's coming out is the worst or about the worst that we've had in the last decade, some things in the last 30 years. For example, the sold data. Solds are down to 1995, and how much bigger is the population? Now, we're seeing that these purchases were canceled and builders are saying, hey, we're not confident where this is heading. Now, the thing here to pay attention to, November of 2023, December of 2022. Well, if the second half is when confidence in the housing market drops and when we see those price drops because of the elevated inventory, the difference this time here in 2025 is it's the spring selling season, the end of it. And these builders are essentially checking out the housing market saying, this isn't going to be good for us. If they're saying that in May, what happens when November and December come around, which are the two worst months for builders the last few years? As I've been saying, a buyer gets the better deals in the second half of the year, and the seller, well, you better put your house on the market ASAP. In June is the last month that you even have a chance to get anywhere near the peaks that we saw in the spring of 2025. And there's ways for sellers and buyers to time the market. Give me a call. We can always strategize. Everybody has different needs, different stuff, and I'll give you the data that's specific to what you're looking for. Now, if we take a look at this, we see that inventory has widened substantially year over year. And we see it's not letting up. And we're here at the end of May, beginning of June. Now, if we go over here, I shared this in the previous video, 7 states where buyers are gaining leverage, and these states have jumped past their pre-pandemic, meaning higher inventory levels in 2019, and here's Utah on that list. And I did a video on this, and we have to go back all the way to 2016. So I'll do a new video trying to see how far back now with June's data do we have to go back to see how much is it 2016, is it 2017, is it 2015, 2014. So I'll do that video here as well. If you're interested in that video, put a comment down below so I know if that's something that interests you guys or not, but I'm thinking about making that one. And then right here, if we take a look at the sold data, well, look at the sold data. Right here, we see this blue line, right, that I'm popping in here. Sometimes it's purple when I'm doing these recordings. You see that it's below actually the 2024 levels. So if we take care of all the other years, we see that the sold data has been equal to or less than a year ago. And yet, right here, you see that there was 3,400 compared to 3,700 a year ago. Now, this probably will go over 3,500. It's the evening. It's 9 p.m. on Monday as I'm recording this. So there's probably going to be a couple more people that haven't put their sold data and confirm that the sale has taken place. So this will probably go 35, but essentially you're seeing it less every single year or every single month, even though the under contracts are slightly elevated. And that's probably happening because, well, purchases were canceled at the second highest April rate on record. Even though under contracts are higher than they were a year ago, slightly, it hasn't translated into the sold data. And now, when should you buy with what's going on here with this data? So right here, if we take a look at this, you see that the builder confidence is down, cancellations are up. Okay, so if builder's confidence is down in the spring, what the heck's that going to look like in the second half of 2025? I've been saying that's when the better deals are going to be. And what I'm also going to do, I didn't pull it up here, but I every month, and right now here, Tuesday or Wednesday, I'll send out an email, maybe Thursday, but I send out an email of what's going on in each specific county. So if you're interested in that, monitoring your county or counties that you're interested in, sign up. That link will be down below in the comments. It'll be down in the description. That way you get this email once a month at the beginning showing you the difference between the same month a year ago, what's going on in the entire MLS, and then I do the counties that are separated. So make sure you sign up for that. Now, how do you time this? Okay, well, if we're taking a look at this, and I'm just going to pull up something here real quick. If we're taking a look at this, right, and we see that these actives are continuing their increase, right? Or at least that gap is staying about the same. Okay, well, what does that mean? Well, that means that as the year progresses and as inventory is growing, sellers are going to see more competition. They're going to be more desperate. You're going to start seeing more and more homes. This happens every second half of the year. For the last few years, you start seeing homes 100 plus days on the market, price drop after price drop. The new listings that come on the market are priced better than the old ones. Anyway, that's what the market does. Now, if we take a look at active listings right here, we see that it is substantially higher. This blue line right here is substantially higher than all these previous years. If we take a look here, we see that that doesn't peak till September or October. Well, that means this has a good chance of being 15,000, 16,000. But let's just say we hit 15,000. That is going to be substantially higher. And now you see why that builder confidence over here is essentially almost as low as it was in December of 2022. Because if we go over here, we see what happened. This red line right there, you see the green line to the left over here and this red line, that was 2021 and 2022. Well, 2021, as you see, continued being very low inventory. And that's why we saw the craziness at the beginning of 2022. Look at the inventory here in the second half of 2022. Big time increases, just like we're seeing this year. Now, how do you time the market? Well, first, if you're in the short run, if you're saying, hey, I'm not waiting for the recession, and the thing is, they keep kicking this can down the road. The Trump administration has now extended these foreclosures, expires on the 30th of September of 2025. And this was supposed to expire April 30th of 2025. So you see that they just keep kicking this can down. Doesn't matter who the president is. Doesn't matter what administration is in there. Now, how do you time the market based on what you're looking to accomplish? Well, right here, as you see, inventory starts peaking in September, October. And July is when it starts flipping to a buyer's market. Well, if you want the most appealing homes, move-in ready homes, then you're going to want to get into the market between July and September. You're saying, hey, I wanted to have quartz, I wanted to have granite, I don't want to invest $50,000 into upgrading this house. Well, then you enter the market in July and September, and you're right at the peak of the inventory, and you're getting to choose those nicer homes. Now, if you want to get the better deal of 2025, and of course, if you want to wait for the recession, or the foreclosures and all that stuff, that's going to be sometime in 2026, because we see, and they might kick the can down or might have some other kind of form of foreclosure prevention at the end of the year. So until that actually happens, they're just, I mean, they keep extending it. So there's no point of even paying attention to that anymore until it actually takes place. And so that could be 2026. Now, if you're saying, hey, I'm willing to do some work, I'm willing to put in some money, well, then you get the best deals in November and December, because you also see that the builder confidence is the lowest in December and in November, which means that's when builders are giving the best deals because they have quota to meet. They have quota at the end of the year to meet so that they can lie to their shareholders that the housing market is doing phenomenally great and to uplift their stocks. So if the builders are saying this now, you're going to be able to get better and better deals. So there you go. If you want to buy in 2025 here, you see the sold listings are not materializing with those under contracts, and under contracts are about to start decreasing for the year as well, which means more and more inventory is staying stagnated on the market. So if you want bigger or more choices, a more pool of homes to choose from, you don't want to put too much money into it, July and September is when you want to enter the housing market. And again, if you want to get the best deal and you're not too worried about the home, I mean, you're still going to have really nice homes in October and November. You're just not going to have as many of them to pick from because a lot of those sellers might be waiting for the school year, and then the school year is not going to end until the spring of 2026. And if you're willing to put in more money into the home, you're good with your hands, you're going to paint, rip out carpets, you want to put in your own quartz or granite, then you want to enter the market between September and November. So those are kind of the different timelines. And then of course, if you want to wait and see what happens, if the recession comes, if the foreclosures come, that's going to be 2026. And hey, I'll be in business for the next 20 to 30 years. So follow the data whenever you feel comfortable. Give me a call. My contact information is down below. Don't forget to sign up. That link will be down below. So you're following the counties or in the different areas that you're interested in, and you're keeping track of the inventory that's growing. So that link will be down in the comments, in the description.